It's still Breakfast Daily. We're still having these conversations about rice. Of course, the rice conversation is a very critical one because how many rice dishes have you enjoyed this Christmas?
A lot. You know, rice is a go-to.
You see, when I was growing up, it felt like rice is a foreign food.
Why?
Do you understand?
Because you get it only on Christmas?
No, because it feels as if, oh, fufu is local, banku is local,
fufu is exotic, fufu is baked.
But rice is local.
Very, very local.
It's a staple.
Very local, staple food for all.
Yeah, because think about the rice dishes we have.
A lot. Ubutuo, jollof rice,
wache,
braised rice.
Then we go to do check.
You do check. You know, you do vegetable rice.
I mean, seriously. There's a lot of rice in our...
It's like when someone was talking about gari. You can do any and everything with gari. You can do any and everything with rice. Yeah. Even rice with shito.
Yeah. Oh.
Proper shito.
No, wait, the rice with shito, no. Let me tell you about that one. So it's rice, and the rice, no, some tolo beefy for day inside.
For day inside. If you have
so as I but it's not, you know, it's like rice with tolo beefy.
And emanin soa. Do you know emanin soa?
Yeah. And then you
break them
then the shito
on the side.
On the side.
With onions. You chop onions
then
on
you
the side.
fry egg. And layer it on. I can see your cheese are doing your cheese. So anyway, we're still having a rice conversation. And you know, let me quickly touch on a story that, in fact, I won't do a story. I'll do headlines. Okay? From back in the day. In 2019, November 23rd November 2019, promoting Ghana rice, Citi staff treated to assorted delicacies from local rice. We have other stories, other headlines here. The trendy Made in Ghana rice campaign and the fervent media stimulus is a whole story there.
I love that
Again
one.
In 2019, December 13th. We have here Chamber of Commerce honors Citi FM for local rice consumption advocacy. This was November 24th, 2019. So you see that it's something that we've driven in the past very hard, to the point where the Chamber of Commerce actually noticed what we were doing. In fact, Kojo Opo Nkrumah even had a Facebook post that he was talking about us, and that his ministry was going to support the campaign that we were doing, because he thought it was important to even help government agenda.
Yes.
You know, and all of that. But
media houses are a reminder
yes,
of what policies government may have forgotten.
So now we go to the Tono irrigation scheme. There's a rice glut there. Too much rice, we can't distribute it. The farmers are incurring debt. Guess why? Because middlemen are exploiting them by offering low prices. And you know, at a point, the farmer is at everybody else's
mercy,
right? Yeah, everybody else is mercy, because really, it's like you say I'll sell it at 100 Ghana. The person says, I'll give you 75. What you gonna do?
You give it out.
At the end of the day, the person will walk away. You lose the 75. You could have had that, and they will go and offer the same 75 to somebody else
will take it.
And somebody else will take it. So you might as well just take it, right? And this is what's happening. Let's take a look at this report. When we come back, we'll delve further into some conversations.
The Tono irrigation scheme, a renowned model for sustainable agriculture in the Upper East region, has suffered a setback. Despite its successful rehabilitation by the government last year, transforming 2,490 hectares into arable land, the surge in rice production has led to a glut, causing financial distress to farmers. Lamenting the lack of buyers, rice farmers at Tono irrigation scheme decry the exploitation by middlemen. These intermediaries buy a 220 kilogram bag at 700 cedis, a significant drop from the 900 cedis per 180 kilogram bag in the previous season. Oversupply and the dearth of efficient marketing channels leave farmers vulnerable to middlemen dictating unfavorable prices. Robert Kwame Abuka, chairman of the Federation of Water Users Association, spoke to Citi News in Nafrongo.
We are harvesting, and we have harvested almost, I think, 30 to 35%. Roughly by next week, we'll be at the peak, which will be around 60 to 70% harvesting. And if you look at the market, in fact, the price is just going down. Price is just going down. You look at these sacks that are just by me. This one was what we were using last year, and the price for this was 900. Even it started from 700, 800 to 900, and it's if you weigh this, you get 180 kilos, and it was 900, 800, 900, and this is what they have now introduced. If you look at this one, it's going for around 200 kilos. And this is another one that they have added to this. And this one is going for around 220 kilos. And the price that they are offering for these two, which is bigger and more than this, is now 700. And others are even saying, even with the 700, we should reduce it. And if you look at the cost of production, for last year when we were using this 180 sack, it was 8,500 to produce rice for 1 acre. And we're getting 800, 900 for that. And if you look at even 1 acre times, it depends. Not all the farmers who harvest and get more than 15 or more than 12 or 13 bags. And if a farmer harvests and is now getting maybe 10 bags of this, then the cost of production is 8,500, and the farmer is now getting 700 for 1 bag. And if it's 10 bags, meaning the farmer will use 8,500 to produce 1 acre, and then at the end of the day, the farmer will get only 7,000 from what, meaning loss of 1,500.
The drastic price decline inflicts financial strain on farmers, impacting their hard-earned returns. Doris Ada, a female farmer, highlighted the challenge, expressing concern about repaying the loan taken from farming and its potential impact on her children's education.
We've produced quality rice, which will help the women to pay their children's school fees. Now we are battling with market, that we cannot get market. And currently, school is opened, and we are crying that we need market to pay these children's school fees. Because the government is talking about women in agric, youth in agric, and we are here at Upper East, Navrongo, Tono project, and we are producing quality rice in the country. As they are saying, there is no rice. Icon rice is feeding the country. If they want, they can come in and look at the number of tons that vehicles are sending. But currently, we are crying for market to pay our war school fees.
Another farmer, Harry Kubaje, appeals to government, urging assistance from the Ghana Standard Authority to provide a standardized bag, mitigating the issue of extortion by buyers.
Honestly, we need the help of the Ghana Standards Authority to come in and then help us differentiate between what is standard and what is not. Because the open market buyers have begun to shift the goalpost. We used to have a standard sack that we continue to use till date. They have moved and have gone to customize their own sacks, further enlarging the sacks, taking more from us and giving us less. And so we urge on the Standards Authority to come in and then come and salvage us. Because right now the farmer is in total distress. We have invested and people are just taking what we have invested freely. They buy from the open market and they come and determine what they want to buy. How they buy it is not controlled. And so the farmer has no power over them. What we want is a standardized type of sack.
Welcome back from that video, and if you're watching clearly and listening carefully, you would understand the gravity of the suffering of these rice farmers, women involved, youth involved. We advocate for youth to be involved in farming. We advocate for backyard farming that is going to help us to feed the nation. That is going to help stabilize our economy, because agriculture is one thing that helps stabilize economies. And we remember that National Food Buffer Stock had some implementations for machinery. Yet, where are the machineries? Kweku?
Yeah, I mean, for me, I think that it's important for us to understand that we shouldn't just do a lot of talk shop, you know, and say that we're going to do this, we're going to do that. Let's talk to Robert Kwame Abokan. He's the chairman for the Federation of Water Users Association. Let's find out exactly how he's involved with the rice farmers and what's going on in that space. Mr. Abokan, good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Yes, welcome to Breakfast Daily.
Thank you for
kindly explain to us your role in relation to the rice farmers and the entire rice value chain. What do you do?
I'm the farmers rep at the board, and I'm also one of the chairman of the Water Users Association, and I'm also the Water Users Association Federation chairman.
Okay, so let me ask you. Right now, we're saying that the middlemen are exploiting the farmers. Now, yes. How bad is the situation?
Very bad, my brother. So if you look at it, last year, this time, we were selling a bag of 180 kilos for almost 900, 800, 850.
Yes, yes.
And then the same sack, they have expanded it, and this time they are using 120 kilos bag, which is also going for 700. So with the time we took those pictures, it was 700. Now, the 700 is somewhere now around 680, which means that the price is still going down. And even if you harvest for somebody to buy your rice, that's another challenge. You have to follow them, and then either they take it on credit and you give them 4 or 3 weeks before they pay your money back to you.
Yeah.
So in fact, it's not easy at all. And we are in an irrigation project. So after harvesting, we have to look for money and then start the next season activity.
Yeah.
Which, if you don't have money, it will affect you.
Okay. Let me ask. So, because you use the irrigation system, you should be able to produce rice all year round. Is that not the case?
Yes, yes.
So that means that ideally, if the system was working properly, we shouldn't have any problem with enough rice for Ghanaians all year round.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Because we look at Tono now.
Yes.
It's like in Ghana, I think it should be the largest irrigation scheme.
I see.
We have more than 2,000 plus hectares.
Okay.
1 hectare is 2.5 acres.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now let me ask you: have you had any engagement with the National Buffer Stock, National Food Buffer Stock?
Yes, I think that was last year or last 2 years.
Okay.
We had the same challenge, and then we went on air. So they came around and then promised that they will come and buy. But what they told us is that they don't buy, but they rather have aggregators.
Okay.
That they support to buy the rice. So when they went back, some aggregators came around and picked our rice. But this time, we've not seen any aggregators. It's only the middlemen and the middlewomen.
I see.
They also buy and send it to Kumasi and mill and sell.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, we are highlighting these issues because we do need government and government agencies to come in and do what it is that they are mandated to do to make sure that your the work on your end is easier and more comfortable, and that you make more profit at the end of the day.
Let me add this.
Go ahead.
Let me add this.
Go ahead.
I want to appeal with Citi TV. This your yearly caravan thing that you do. You pass through to Pada. At least if you can see your people, if they are passing through, they can just pass and then also have a look at the largest dump in the north.
Okay.
We also produce rice and feed them in Accra.
Okay. Well, I mean, we've heard you. I'm sure management is listening and watching and paying attention to what you just said, and so we'll see what we'll do with that. Yeah. All right. Thank you very much for speaking to us.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
So we're speaking with Mr. Robert Kwame Aboka. He is the chairman of the Federation of Water Users Association, amongst other things as well in that space. Yeah, I mean...
Middlemen are always a problem when it comes to businesses, any form of business.
I'm asking myself, though, let the middlemen do what they will do. Where is the national buffer stock, national food buffer stock?
And the interventions they promised in agriculture.
See, this type of 9-day wonder type of behavior, we should stop it, too.
It's all lip service.
No, listen. Let me take you to the National Buffer Stock website before we take a quick break. The mandate of the National Food Buffer Stock Company. I'll read the mandate. There's about five or six points here. It says here, to guarantee an assured income. Assured income. Why has it gone from 900 Ghana cedis to 700 and is dropping?
It's dropping to 500.
To guarantee an assured income to farmers by providing a minimum guaranteed price and ready market. National Buffer Stock. I'm not making it up, it's on their website. Just Google it, go to their website. I'm reading from their website. To mop up excess produce from all farmers in order to reduce post-harvest losses resulting from spoilage due to poor storage, thereby protecting farm incomes. So, instead of people keeping their rice in their living rooms, in their houses, National Buffer Stock is one of your mandates to mop up excess produce from all farmers in all. You said it, I didn't say it. You said it's on your website. Unless you are doing talk shop to just impress. Nice. We can all write nice things, so this is the doing. To purchase, sell, preserve, and distribute foodstuffs. To employ a buffer stock mechanism to ensure stability in demand and supply. Are you doing this?
The stabilization of the food and grain supply and the pricing. Their stabilization.
I don't see in the rice.
There's no stability anywhere.
In the rice sector, look, the conversation we've had this morning, the first report, the second report, none of these things are being implemented. We don't see it. We don't see it. I know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. Okay. To expand the demand for food grown in Ghana by selling to state institutions such as the military, schools, hospitals, and prisons, etc. Are we doing this? To manage government's emergency food security. And then finally, to carry out such other activities that are incidental to the attainment of the above projects or such other duties that may arise from time to time assigned by the Minister of Food and Agriculture. This is your mandate.
Lip service.
Just paying lip service. People are suffering. Have you not gone to watch the report? We went to the Tono irrigation scheme. There are struggles going on there. You said your mandate is very nice, oh. It's only nice on your website. The real implementation. The man said, Robert Aboka, he said 2 years ago, when there was an outcry, you showed up.
They showed up.
But then that's it.
After
now they are only dealing with middlemen. They don't see any national buffer stock anymore. No aggregators anymore. Only middlemen who are extorting them. And then the Ghana Standards Authority, please, you have also your role to play. What is the standard size of the bag? And then what is the price?
The varying price is worrying. The varying prices, 180 kg to 200 to 220.
Somebody comes with their own bag, which is bigger, and says, I'll bring you this bag, and I'm buying it at the 700
at the 700 Ghana cedi, meaning you run at a pure loss if you do not purchase it.
Standards is one of our big problems in this country. Why are we still using Olonka to share things? I don't understand that. In a modern advanced society, we are not weighing things. We are not measuring things specifically. You see, we hate precision.
We are not even weighing them.
We hate precision.
No, we can't stand precision. And we can't stand change.
Yeah, no,
we do not want the change.
We don't like the thing to be precise.
We want it to be,
I say, 3:34, 4:35. That's what we like.
That is why we are always late.
Pepper.
That's why we are always late. Oh, I'll be there at 10:30.
Yeah.
So we are always late. There's no stability. Yeah. There's no precision. There's no standardization. And that is why we are where we are now. We say we are a third world country, and we are always borrowing.
We'll be third. It will be even lucky if we don't go to fourth world country.
We are always borrowing when we have this vast
because
land.
Our leaders who should do what they are doing. You've written a nice mandate. A nice mandate that you have written.
And agriculture, Ghana shouldn't suffer when it comes to agriculture.
But zero implementation. No, it's 2024. Hey, this year we have come. We'll put fire. Make sure that you and we're not going to. We're not saying do something that you haven't. The one you promised is what we are asking. That when are you doing it? When are you implementing it? Why are people in Bedemblisi struggling? Why are people
and begging
in the north struggling and begging?
Begging.
Why?
For their producers to go on the market.
When your mandate says you will do this, and this, and you have done none for the people. None. You said all farmers.
Not a selected few. Not a selected few.
Yeah,
all
it says
farmers.
That mop up excess produce from all farmers in order to reduce post-harvest losses.
Post-harvest losses. And the post-harvest losses, we are seeing them. We saw it right now on our televisions. Look at the quantity of rice that is rotten away in their storages. They have to keep them in their homes. Did you hear what he said?
In
their
their homes.
This is where a human being has to sleep.
Yeah.
But now rice has taken over where the human beings are sleeping because there may be demand for it, but then again, the supply chain, there's a blockage somewhere just because you are not doing your job. You haven't collected it.
Yes.
Every time there's always a layback. There's always a layback, and the citizen, the tax-paying citizen, has to always beg for the tax that he is paying for and for the implementations and for the policies you set for he or she to be able to enjoy it. If I'm paying a tax worth 10%, and I know that with that 10%, my road network will be fixed for me, my transportation will be fixed for me, my railway lines will be fixed for me as somebody who is into agric. And you are telling me there are no jobs in the civil services because all the jobs there are finished. So I should delve into agriculture. Now that I am in agriculture, now there are huge problems that are not being met by you, the policy maker, the lawmaker, who sets those laws for me, and I pay taxes for you, and my taxes are what is paying you. But when you go into the Parliament House, that you are supposed to be able to enforce those laws for me as the agric farmer, to be able to be relaxed enough in my producing for the country, I have to beg you to be able to do the job you are supposed to be doing. Meanwhile, I voted you into power. My mouth was part of the reason. My thumb was part of the reason you are sitting there to help a fellow Ghanaian. But you people will travel and go and enjoy all the good things in the other countries. And then when you come, you are not able to implement it in this country. All we know is the lip service. All we know, we will do it. Ghanaians there, when they finish talking, they will keep quiet. And in the next 4 years, the 8 years, they will vote again.
We're not keeping quiet. And anybody who wants to come and lead the country, be ready. We are here.
The questions must be asked. The laws must be enforced. They must be implemented.
You know what? Let's take a break. Why?
Yes, Rebecca.